the Big House. Bathed in maize and blue, welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Iowa State Cyclones taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Wolverines will kick it off to get us underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Iowa State's offense will start this game off. And there he is, the man, David, that they build this entire attack around.
And it's so nice to have a guy that makes everything easy for the people around him. The quarterback plays better because the feature is clear who that is.
And we all hold our breath every time this guy touches the football. He's able to take it the distance on any given play.
Picks his way ahead, pick up a 3, and gets it to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Off the play fake. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab down the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Cyclones with the 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back cat-like quickness?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. On the ground, it's Pierce. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
The Cyclones decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step.
Oh, look out! At the 30. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a 1st and goal. He's looking to pass. Coming after him. He's got it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. This is why quarterbacks get the biggest NIL deals, because they're supposed to make something out of nothing.
You know what? If he took some of that NIL money, Reese, and spent it on more linemen, maybe he has more protection.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy has been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. Did a nice job of it.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Still on his feet at the 45. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps. Man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. He just terrorizes quarterbacks, his 30th career sack.
And that's an amazing number, 30 sacks, because a lot of guys get sacks early in their careers, and then coordinators figure it out and then start double-teaming them and sliding and chipping, and then their numbers come down. This guy, though, David, has never stopped.
And it's got to be consistently, Jesse. Like, you got to consistently play hard, play after play, because sometimes they get rid of the ball fast. Sometimes you can't get in the mix. But to get to the quarterback 30 times, very few people have done that.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Nice coverage on the back end. Great job. Nothing open right away. The QB holds the ball in the pocket, and the pass rush finally gets home. Sometimes it's the DBs doing great work. Sometimes it's the defensive lineman winning up front.
Looking to pass on 2nd down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
That's so frustrating for a quarterback. He sees an open guy, he's ready to rip the football, and then all of a sudden, one of those defensive ends gets a big mitt in the air and knocks it down.
On 3rd down, going up top. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Wolverines will line up to punt it away. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. Across the 25, he's got room. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Quarterback on the keeper. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cyclones!
This quarterback makes very good decisions, not just when it comes to throwing the football, but in the option game as well. Knowing when to hand it off to the fullback, knowing when to pitch it, or when to keep it yourself. He showed you that there.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Smashes it through for the PAT. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Coming out with it, it's Fowler. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the first. Might as well stick with him. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, when you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So we'll see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. Just when they're looking run, now up top. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, man, I mean, you don't get more wide open than that, right? Big fella running down the field, nobody near him. Quarterback puts it on him. Just got to make the catch.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Makes the grab. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, you should just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
And the Wolverines have this offense rolling. Quickly complete. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into the lead.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just, boom, put it on the line, it's really nice to have that.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
The Wolverines trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They're going to run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Offense set on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got it. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch.
That's a really nice pass. You can see why this guy right here gives the Michigan faithful reason to be optimistic. For years we know Michigan has always been good at running the football, but they've got to be able to throw. They've got to be more consistent making big plays through the air. This guy gives them that chance.
Finds his man. It's Laporta. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
This offense is clicking. Everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this time that they got going.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun to give to the back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It's first down from the 11. Let's go. He wants to throw. Moving out of the pocket. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And the QB has had a nice drive. And this offense has been throwing the football all over the yard. You want to stop that? Get pressure on him. Nice job getting to the quarterback, affecting him, and even better, getting him on the ground.
Picked off. Got some room to run. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Iowa State sending the offense back out. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
They'll try to run for it. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Movement here from the tight end. They'll give it to him again. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And this one is anything but routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. And the try is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The give to the back. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Use the play fake, now to throw. Trying to beat the D deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
The quarterback has got to just settle down and take a breath. Threw a bad pick last drive, almost threw another one on that last play. He's got to regain his focus.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expected him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. They're working that left side. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score. The offense will quickly use a timeout. And the Wolverines will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers slipping out the backfield, throwing the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. He's looking to throw. Got the quick pass. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and quality of play so far today in Ann Arbor. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the big house.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Cyclones will boot it away to start the 2nd half. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page playing.
He'll take a deep shot here. A full dive to haul that one in.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Henry. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Gurley.
Going for it all. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air. And offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Love the execution there in the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
They'll run for it on third and short. Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
The Cyclones in the hurry-up. Wide receiver coming across in motion. With jet sweep pass. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On third down, he drops to throw. Finds his tight end. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. And the Cyclones will bring the punt team onto the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
They'll run play action. Finds the tight end. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They'll put the tight end in motion. Running back searching for a hole. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting 1st downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll try the left side. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. They'll try to get it through the air. Got his man quickly. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Gives it to the back on the draw. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Looking to throw. He's got him in the flat. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the pummeling has started.
How about that? His 2nd receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. And that's number 2. They better start playing some better defense. Number 3's coming soon.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Iowa State sending the offense back out. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Got it behind the line. It's Pierce. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on 3rd.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That's caught. It's Pierce. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. The Cyclones will send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7.
Cricket. Check.
To the ground with the back. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
On the move, it's Randall. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Throws to the tight end. He caught it. Touchdown, Michigan! And the punishment has been extended. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Nebraska is getting smoked, and even though this might seem surprising, I'm not sure folks around that program feel that way. Something's up there in Lincoln. They're trailing by 29 to Kansas State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Tackled immediately after the catch.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. They're going to try to tackle everybody in bounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. He's moving out of the pocket.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they can do it with ease.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. They've got the screen set up. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Pulls it in. It's Acho. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
How about this running back's ability to get into a pass pattern and get into one downfield?
Yeah, I like it, and I like the offensive coordinator continuing to work the running back in the passing game. Do more of this. It's easy. It's not hard routes. It's not things I have to read. It's matchups and what I find when my guy's better than yours and how I take advantage of it.
They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Looking to throw for it. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And how about this defense taking care of business? Keeping that guy under 200 yards is a heck of a day. Their offense has obviously done their job too, and this has been an absolute beatdown.
Hauls it in and looking upfield. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game. Being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. The give to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Handoff to the single running back. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. The quarterback takes a knee. And now on second down for this offense. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. Now facing a 3rd and long. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee. Fourth down and 13, and the offense is going to give it a shot.
Cricket.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving any